Hi everyone, this is Abhinav from PhoneBunch and today we are taking a look at the Asus Zenfone 2 Laser. Now this is the 5.5-inch variant with 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of onboard storage, Snapdragon 410 quad-core processor with a 3000 mAh removable battery. It is a dual SIM device with 64-bit capability and you have Android 5.0 Lollipop running on the device as well. So that's a Asus Zenfone 2 Laser in red color. Let's see what else we get inside the box. Now this is the review unit, so it has been opened previously. You have your user guide and warranty statement right there as well. You have a USB wall charger, a bit different than what we have seen previously from Asus. It's rated at 1 amp. And you have your micro USB to USB data syncing and charging cable. Now let's have a look at the device. So you have a 5.5-inch 720p display up front. Now if we look at the build, you have nothing on the right hand side just like the other Zenfone 2 models. You can open up the back cover here as well. At the top you have the power button, you have your 3.5 audio jack as well as the secondary noise cancellation mic. Moving to the left, there's again nothing, a very clean surface over here. At the bottom you have your micro USB data syncing and charging port. You can see the dual tone finish over here, it looks quite appealing. Now the back doesn't exactly have a matte finish, it is made out of plastic, but still feels good to hold. You have that laser autofocus 13 megapixel camera. You have the volume rocker at the back as well. It is a bit flush with the back surface, but it's not that difficult to hunt down. You have your speakerphone at the bottom. Coming to the insides, you can see the back cover in itself is actually quite solid. It is sturdy. You have 2 SIM card slots as you see there. And you have the micro SD card slot on top of SIM card 1 slot. And you can see that 3000 mAh battery, it is removable, first for Asus this time around. Generally, they have always used non-removable batteries. Unfortunately, that power button is still at the top, a bit difficult to press. So you started booting up the device, you have a 5 megapixel camera up front, proximity and light sensors along with the notification LED and the earpiece right there as well. And you have capacitive buttons which again don't light up, something we would have liked changed. Now you can see right here 5.5-inch display. The color reproduction does seem quite alright over here. You can see a bit of yellowish tint over here. That's due to the camera. It's not the display itself. And you have your quick toggles right up top. Now let's jump into settings and I'll show you that we are running Android 5.0.2 Lollipop right out of the box on this one. Coming to storage, you have about 11 odd gigs available to you. Again, right out of the box. And USB OTG is also supported. You can expand storage up to 64 GB with a micro SD card. And you can see we are playing a 1080p video right from the USB disk. It plays quite fine. There is no stutter, no lag whatsoever. At present, we have more than 730 MB RAM that's free without any apps running in the background. Now if we talk about this display, it has good viewing angles. They are quite wide. Haven't noticed any major distortion in brightness or colors. But I'm not using my other hand right now because it is very badly burnt. So yes, the videos are a bit late as well. Anyways, this display has decent color reproduction, slightly towards the warmer side. Now here's the default camera interface. You can see that here as well. It does work out quite fine. Shutter speed is very good, as is autofocusing. Laser autofocus definitely works wonders over here. And these are some of the samples that we have taken. You guys wanted an overview. And you can see these images. They have very good color reproduction. They do appear natural and they are quite sharp as well. Now this is more of a distant shot. And even then you can see quite a lot of detail and good control over exposure. We'll be testing the camera out in greater detail with a separate camera review. But for now, the camera does look promising. Now if we come to software, again we see a lot of bloatware that has come pre-installed on the device. Lots and lots of third-party apps here. Thankfully you can go ahead and uninstall some of these or disable the rest, so it evens out. Now you have some themes that come pre-installed as well. You can go ahead and try going online to download more. So these are some of the installed themes. You can customize a lot on this device. Now you definitely don't want to bother with that power button up top, so you have double tap to sleep and double tap to wake available over here as well. Some Zen Motion UI gestures are also available. They do work out quite fine. Overall performance is good on the device. You do have guest accounts available as well. Here are all your quick toggles. You can go ahead and edit these too, so you can check which ones do you want at the top. Even web browsing was actually pretty decent. I checked out several websites. There were no compatibility issues. text and images render quickly, pinch to zoom was very smooth as well. Now if we compare it with the Moto G3, you guys again wanted this one, so we checked both of these phones out. Overall, the Moto G3 does appear quite better to hold in one hand. It is smaller, it is lighter as well. The Zenfone 2 has a 5.5-inch display, so it is quite a bit larger and definitely not meant for single-handed use. The display on the Moto G again seems slightly better in terms of color reproduction. Overall, I like the build of the Moto G3 quite a lot more than the Asus Zenfone 2, and especially that's due to those buttons being at the back and at the top on the Zenfone 2. On the Moto G3, they are on the sides, which are far easier to operate. Now if we talk about app launch times, you can just see that the Asus Zenfone 2 is just slightly faster in almost all the default apps that we have tried. But overall performance is quite similar. We'll be testing again this phone out in greater detail over the course of the next week. Now here are some comparison shots. On the left you have the Zenfone 2 laser, on the right Moto G3. The Moto G3 has a slightly warmer color reproduction and the colors do appear a bit more washed out, but on the other hand you have slightly more saturated artificial looking colors on the Zenfone 2 laser. But again, you can see the whites do appear very good with the Zenfone 2 laser. We'll be comparing the cameras also later on, so stay tuned for that. Well folks, that was our overview of the Asus Zenfone 2 laser along with a quick comparison with the Moto G3. Overall, it seems like quite a promising device given the features it has and the price tag of less than Rs 10,000. We'll be back with more. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions, let us know in the comment section, and as always, have a great day.